When I was growing up in central New Hampshire, the only evil I was told to look out for was someone pulling up in a car to offer me a ride and perhaps some candy. Other than that, life was pretty safe. The police were there to help you, and the government had your best interests at heart. Long after Santa Claus became a distant childhood memory, this fairy tale persisted. In fact, through most of my adult life, the illusion persisted that people were basically good and only some unfortunate, mentally deranged people and the devil himself. I'm watching out for monkeys, speaking of the devil himself. Watching out for the devil. Only some unfortunate, mentally deranged people and the actual devil himself were bad. And that could explain all the terrible things that happened in the world. You often hear Christians say, how could God let this happen? What if, as I have come to understand, this is all part of God's plan? There is no absolute good or evil, but rather a spectrum of experiences and choices that can lead to greater understanding and spiritual evolution. We have been given free will in a dualistic world in which each of us can choose which path to follow. Will we follow the dark, toward the path of darkness, towards evil, or in the opposite end of light and love?
The path towards the monkeys or the path towards God?
The path towards the monkeys or the path towards God? I'm watching out for monkeys here. There's monkeys all over. Evil is real, as we call it, and serves a purpose. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around some of the stuff going on today, as maybe you are too having a hard time. You say to yourself, this can't be true. You cannot believe that people can be so evil. But God gave us free will, and it is a fundamental aspect of our existence, and each individual has the ability to choose their own path and experiences. And this ability to make choices is a crucial aspect of the learning and growing process on this earth. As an individual grows and matures spiritually, the choices made in each moment are based on that person's current level of understanding, and as that person evolves spiritually, their choices will also change. Wow, monkey! Thankfully, most people are good and evolve towards goodness, towards God, towards universal consciousness and unity. It is a much easier path to follow, the path of love, light, and harmony. A person, for whatever reason, that chooses evil has a much tougher time at it. A spiritual devolution towards evil is towards fear, chaos, and separation, in direct polar opposition to God and universal consciousness. Think about just having to lie about something and how hard it is to keep the lie straight each time you tell it. The anxiety of not remembering the lie or getting caught in the lie. It's a slippery slope that gets steeper and faster the more you go down it, requiring much more energy to maintain that evil position. The more vested time a person has bought into the evil side of duality, the more they have to work at keeping that balance, tipping towards evil. The more they move away from God and the universality of love and unity, the harder it becomes to keep the evil balance. However, choosing evil is still one path that is an expression of God and therefore equally valued for spiritual growth in the grand scheme of the universe. The negative evil path also helps those who choose goodness because it shows how not to be. Sort of like if there was no hot, you couldn't understand cold. It is the dualistic nature of our existence as much as free will is. So because we have free will and live in a polarized, dualistic material world, and accepting that everything in the universe emanates from the all-knowing God, the cosmic consciousness, evil truly exists as a catalyst for spiritual growth. Thanks for listening, and I hope that you found this enlightening and gives you a little different idea of the evil that walks in this earth as a catalyst for your spiritual growth towards God. Namaste.